What's up, y'all? Peace, light, and love. Thank you for connecting with me this week yet again. I am Shakesha Divine, also known as the Pretty Priestess, and you in my house today, fam. And guess what? Guess what? It's all love at the end of the day, no doubt about it, and everything. So yeah, I'm hoping that you guys have been navigating this energy successfully because it has been a doozy, a doozy for dealing with. But it's not really bad. It's just been like it's just been a lot to manage. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not a bad thing. I've been feeling my vibration elevating. I've been feeling the vibration elevating, and I've been noticing I've got a heightened sensitivity to the energies around me. They're starting to become, especially those people that are in the know, becoming more conscious, like they're light. You can actually begin seeing the light on these particular individuals. What a gangster ass time to be out here in these cosmic streets, man, to be alive. And want to give a shout out to my daughter. I forgot she got married on the damn equinox. That was powerful. That was gangster. That's what happened. It definitely did. And this was a time for us. So shout out to her, her new husband, and the family and everything. New additions to the family. How about that? In Libra season. Libra season. Shit, y'all better watch it now. So we talking about like doing things, building family legacies and shit like that. We closed out that Venus retrograde and everything. So we saw a lot of relationships that's no longer serving us, kind of like fall by the wayside, right? And I remember, see, the program that I've been up under, you know what I'm saying? I remember growing up and everything where we was up under these programs where we thought that in order for relationships to end, there had to be some great big fallout, a situation went down, some shit like that. Not so at the end of the day. As I've gotten older, I started really recognizing the values of peaceful separations, right? Harmonious interactions where you can bring the harmony of ending relationships and still being at peace and maintaining a positive regard for those people. You know what I'm saying? What is that? Carl Rogers, unconditional positive regard. That's a framework that the psychologist Carl Rogers used in his humanistic perspective. So that's definitely a vibration to connect to, is having that unconditional positive regard. Nobody does that shit like Libras. No fucking body. Shout out to these Libras. It is Libra season. We in the fucking house with that shit. Nobody does unconditional positive regards for the Libra. Libras have this ability to see somebody in all their flaws, all of their fuckery, all of the bullshit, right? And not see them as a bad person. They don't have that all or nothing perspective. It is truly balanced. The scales is definitely an accurate depiction of Libra energy, right? I ain't really necessarily, because see, you know, I grew up Black in America, so fuck what you talking about justice and everything. I'm not really sure if I know what that looks like at this point in time. However, what I do know is that these Libras can be very balanced in their perspective, and they can see somebody and they can be just a scoundrel ass person, and they can see just how useful these people are in these worlds. So you got a Libra in your corner and everything. They can know all about your foolishness, all about your madness, and love you anyway. You want to be a blessing to a Libra, get them something that smell good. They like smells and shit like that. Something pretty, something that smell pretty. There we go. Something that smell pretty. Libras like shit like that. I'm just saying, at least in my experience, you know, there might be some Libras that are like, I don't like the smell of a goddamn thing. And that's okay, fam. You'll get to be that Libra that don't like that shit, because it's all about the placements. We already know that astrology is a little bit more complex than that, right? But that sun placement, quoting the astrologer Doreen, is that one where you really stand out, you really shine. When we study astrology, you know, we always start off with that sun sign. I'm a Leo, I'm a Gemini, I'm a Taurus, I'm a Libra, all of that shit, right? We get stuck onto that, and then we start learning about astrology, and we kind of move away from the sun sign, right? And we start focusing on that moon sign. I'm a big moon sign person because, see, I'm motivated by the way that I feel. See, I can't get shit done in my life. I can't eat, sleep, work, talk, fuck, nothing without me feeling right about it. So it is important to me. That wellness piece is important. So I'm a moon girl. But then some folks, they like to look at that Mercury because it's essential. It's about how you communicating in this world. But then that Venus, it shows up how we love, how we deal with relationships, the things that we value and shit like that. And our money situation. Hold up. We need to deal with energy. So we start moving further away from the sun sign. But then at the end of the day, it's all the way back to the foundations, because this is that big energy where it shows up. And as she was teaching us over in the cipher, this is that energy that really points to the work that you came here to do, how you came here to show up in that world. So definitely shout out to the sun signs and these sun signs that's in Libra right about now. But yeah, so definitely get new respect for that sun sign out here in these particular streets. It is some gangster shit to look into, and we can't sleep that. Never sleep the basics at the end of the day. But I want to give a shout out to all of the Soul family coming down there, contributing, lending a hand. We got so many people with so many different areas of expertise, so much knowledge that comes through that space that once we get these conversations flowing and going, it gets gangster out here. We've been doing a lot of work to really help us along our journey, a lot of things that's going to support us in our wellness journey, and making sure that we are in a place emotionally, mentally, and spiritually to be able to advance and ascend the way that we need to, the way that we need to show up in the world. So we're definitely here as a soul group, supporting each other, encouraging each other in this work that we do. What a beautiful space. What a beautiful space to be in, to have these connections where you surrounded around people that's on a similar path as you. And they ain't trying to stand out there and put their leg out and watch you trip and fall and no simple shit like that, right? No. We pulling all of each other up. And we bringing each other all along for this knowledge that we get and for this work that we getting out here. And we're really ascending out here. So definitely too tonight, because I decided, because shit, I wasn't going to do a show this week because I've just been in a space where I've been resting, not feeling no type of way or nothing like that, but just really powering up. And I couldn't really put my finger on anything that I needed to address at that particular time. But then Spirit had placed in my heart this relationship situation. I'm like, man, listen, we in Libra season. So I'm thinking, it's whatever. It's a relationship Libra. What you want me to do with that? But then I'm sitting up there checking these cosmic streets, and Venus has arrived up in Virgo. So this is a natal placement for me. And so I was most intrigued. I was most influenced by this energy, and hold up. And then we was also talking about this Virgo transit for that Black Moon Lilith as well. And then I'm recognizing that I got this Venus in Virgo. So I'm thinking, okay, we got this connection. See, we got a lot of awakening that's going up around this self-love, love energy, relationships energy, making sure that we recognize how to handle each other energy, how to handle, and the message that we put out there, that sends to folks how they should handle us. You dig? So yeah, a lot of shit's going on out there in the streets. Today is a 12 day. And the number 12 is that visionary energy, right? This is that magician and high priestess energy. The first card in the tarot system is the one. The second card, the first card in the tarot deck is the magician, and the second is the high priestess. And when you put them two together, we talking about the ultimate balance of masculine and feminine energy. It goes down that way. Hold up, I got my King Simon numeration for mental stability. Hold on, let me see what the number 12 say, because I always got to stop and see what he talking about on that number tip, because I rocks with this dude right here. The number 12 is a symbol of universal manifestation, fruition, complete expression, according to certain esoteric studies. The number 12 symbolically represents the expansion of the perfect duality because it expands into the numbers 3. 1 + 2 = 3 when they're united. The number 12 person, so if you was born on the 12th day, on their highest and wisest side, they have the ability to lead with sensitivity, compassion, and creativity. They can also be very enthusiastic and resourceful. They're typically known to be artistic and natural partners on various levels. But on the other side, number 12 people can be walking contradictions to themselves and others around them, being overly sensitive, critical, moody, childish, mischief makers, and prone to exaggeration. So you got to watch out in that. There's duality in all of us. We have potential to be the greatest, and we have potential to be the absolute worst. And this is a time for us to really begin doing that inner work so that we can be in a space where we're given the greatest expression, the greatest version of ourselves. We get to do that. And with us being all in these retrogrades and whatnot, this is absolutely a time for us to really start reviewing all of those things where we can make those adjustments. We have Pluto that went direct to shit. Woo! Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. So now we got Pluto that's in Capricorn. We had it in retrograde. We still doing this. We got some old stuff that's coming up and everything before we shift over into Aquarius. Now, again, Pluto is all about transformation. Pluto reveals the aspects of our life where we feel most powerless. It being in Capricorn, we talking about structure, the way it's always been, limitations and all of that shit right there, right? So we getting this opportunity to really transform a lot of that shit. And then we know that the United States is having that Pluto return, right? And we see that there's still a lot of injustices going on. Hell, I know, because we in Libra season, and Libra is all about justice. But then again, I don't know what the fuck justice looks like, because of my experience in America. Hopefully with this Pluto returns, hopefully with all of these retrogrades and all of that, hopefully in the future, we will begin to see more policy, more practices that's going to promote real, true justice out here in these cosmic streets. So pay attention to that shit right there. So that's definitely some shit that's going down. Some significant transit events that's going down. Well, we already know that Ring of Fire solar eclipse is going down this particular weekend. That's going down, new moon in Libra. This is really giving us an opportunity, right, to really start to evaluate those things that we want to see happen within our life. Get all of our shit in the balance, in order. That's what Libra all about, right? That scale, very beautiful depiction. But again, like I say, because it deals with the justice aspect and everything, I'm not really clear what that looks like at this particular point, because I haven't gotten an opportunity to experience. But I do got a lot of ideas on how we could go about making sure that shit happens. This new moon is all about things that we want to add into our life. Because when the new moon comes in, this is all about darkness. It goes into total darkness and adding light to illuminate those things. What are those things that you want to add? Money, relationships, some skills, some power, right? So the energy typically on moons is 3 days before or 3 days after. But what did they call this shit? A micro moon or some shit like that? And what that means is that the energy of the moon, exactly the opposite of this super moon situation we had going on, where you notice that a lot of folks, they got extra rah-rah with that super moon shit, right? That went down. That Aries moon too, it was a super moon. So people was in rare form at that particular energy, right? However, with this new moon that's going on in Libra, and it's a micro moon, they say the effects of this moon is not going to be as strong. It's not going to be as significant. I do not believe for 1 minute that it will not have an impact within our life. It's not going to be, let me back that up, because I said not as significant. Not as significant, but maybe not as noticeable. Let's put it that way. Bam. That's the word I'm looking for. Is noticeable as you see that shit showing up in there, right? Because what this is, the new moon is where you put these seeds of intention in. And then when that full moon comes about, you reevaluate that shit, right? Look over, okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my money situation right. What's not in alignment with that shit? And that's the shit you start marking off that need to go for that particular new moon. That's how we do that shit, right? And see, so these intentions that we setting right here in Libra, 6 months later, you can see the result of that, right? So what begins, hold on, let me make sure that I'm clear in what I'm trying to say here, okay? So what begins in the new moon, it gains strength over 6 months to manifest on that corresponding full moon. And you can use that energy to release whatever is holding you back, right? So when you putting this work in right here for this Libra new moon, trust that you go see the full result somewhere around that Libra full moon that goes down in the springtime. Yeah. So definitely, you want to put this work in and everything. You'll start seeing full results around that particular time. But you do still want to always make adjustments for each of those intentions during those full moon times. But this new moon is a time for us to really be reflective and really start thinking about those adjustments, the direction that we want to go into. So let's get reflective. Let's get it. And then we got the ring of fire. Shit, I almost called it the violet flame. The ring of fire that's going to really help us in illuminating those things that we really illuminating the direction that we're going in, those things that we really want to pursue, where the priority is and everything. And all of those things that may be out of balance, because that Libra energy is going to help us to make that adjustment, to get that shit together. And it's going down 10, 14. You know the number 14 is the number of temperance, right? Shit, it's going down. It's going down. And that was the other thing. I almost forgot about that shit. Cause like Spirit was just showing me. I kept looking up at my clock and I'm seeing 10:14. I'm like, the fuck 10:14? What in the hell? You know, I don't what you want me to do with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that 10:14, the number 10 is all about that unlimited potential that you have within yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is real leader boss energy we talking about when we tapping into it. You know what I'm saying? Also deal, you know, I'm not going to take us down that rabbit hole because I could do that. However, that number 10, but the number 14, the 10, it is the wheel of fortune in the tarot system, right? This is all about new beginnings and making shit like that go down, right? But then the number 14 is the temperance card. And that temperance card, this is the perfect energy in dealing with that temperance, because this is all about where does the adjustment need to be made, right? Are we going to make some adjustments in our expression? Is it too masculine, too feminine? Do we need to even and balance that shit out? Do we need to make some adjustments in our spending habits? The amount of time we spending on social media out here, how much we eating and taking in, whether or not what our structures, our routines is looking like and everything. Where does that balance need to happen? How do we navigate these situations so that we can make an adjustment to where we're still enjoying our life, but still very disciplined in the process. Temperance is definitely an energy to get us in alignment with those things that we truly want to see happen. See, because we get into these spaces where we think, I got to cut all of this out. You know what I'm saying? Especially folks that got a lot of Saturn energy. You know what I'm saying? I got to cut all of this out and I'm not going to eat a damn thing. I'm just going to drink water and breathe slowly. That's what a lot of folks is trying to do, right? Get the fuck, listen, that ain't working for Shakacia. It don't work for me. I'm sorry. I can't help you with that bullshit. However, what I can do is come up with a system of temperance, of balance, so that I can make sure that I'm not overly indulgent, but I'm not totally depriving myself at the end of the day, because you know that's a possibility. So let me go ahead and talk about some dope shit to get. Let me see, because I ain't really put nothing down about no dope shit to get. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about this pineapple scrub that I found when I was out and about. So now, you know, I like to go to little discount outlet stores and shit like that. I'm a spendthrift. Now, let's never get this twisted. But I also I got this thing where I like quality shit. And I done moved past the thing where like I'm going down to Walmart and buying the 12 pack of bars of soap, or I'm getting a Dove, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever the hell, the soaps that they got in the packages that you can buy at the Walmart, and you get 8 of them and all of that shit. You know, I don't do that no more. I used to do that. That's where I was at a point in my life I didn't know. But then when I realized about how damaging some of the products could be to the skin, I started making some upgrades. However, that shit can get kind of expensive. It can kind of tax you if you ain't paying that close attention. And as much as I like to support a lot of the people that are making these products themselves, I started looking into ways of making my own products on one end. And then the other ends, I started really like sampling out and testing some products and everything. And then all in my journey, I started getting pulled more to like the cosmetic section over in Burlington, believe it or not. Like I'm going into Burlington, I'm looking for a coffee press. That's all I came to look for, and found myself over there going through all of the creams, the potions, and all of that other shit. They got some nice shit over there. Make no mistake about it. There are some really supreme and dope products in there. However, once in a while, you will find yourself with a product and you turn it over and you notice that there's some words that you may not be able to pronounce. Am I sure what they do, what they don't do? No, I don't know. So what am I doing with that shit? I'm getting me a magnet and a rose quartz. Why am I doing that bullshit? Well, you know why I'm doing that. You listening to what the hell I'm talking about. You get what I'm talking about. But for the folks that don't, it amplifies our healing and wellness, because magnets, they speed up healing processes and everything. You see people, they wear these magnetic bracelets. It helps to bring swelling down. It helps circulation, all of that shit, and it speeds up the healing process. There's so much work, research out there on magnets and working with that. Magnets also helps to get us in alignment as well. We already know how gangster, how official the rose quartz is. Healing all levels. Let's just leave it right there. You don't know, Google that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, rose quartz is like 101, huh? All right. But anyway, what this does is allows me to utilize these commercial products that support and still allow it to support my wellness, you know. And see, here's the thing. So when I'm using these products and everything, and I put these higher vibration tools within it, the magnet and the rose quartz and everything, not only does it accelerate that healing process, it also helps the rose quartz. It gets that in alignment. It raises the vibration in the whole situation. You keeping that up there in there, I promise you, if you charge whatever that shit is up with your intention and everything, you ain't got to worry about all of the other shit about what does this say on the bottle. Leave that shit by the wayside, because what this does is it raises the frequencies of the product, and it works well with different levels of uncertainty. When you just ain't certain about the level of toxicity and shit, you know what I'm saying? That type of bullshit, you worried about that. And it is a concern because, the skin is the largest organ in the body. So you do want to be aware of that and everything, right? However, they do have some really wonderful products that really bless the skin. I have worked with some products as a dud, you know what I'm saying? But this is a thing where, when you trying to explore, you trying to learn something new, sometimes it ain't gonna work out. You understand that? Don't think it's gonna be a hit every time, But I like these stores like Burlington, like Ollie's. I don't know if y'all got a Ollie's discount store. At first, I'm like, everything is like piled up in this bitch. I don't like those type of stores. You know what I'm saying? I don't like going into a store that got a lot of chaos and disorder in it. That's why I do not shop at Family Dollar and Dollar General and them shits like that. Well, hold up. Let me slow down because I did get me some wrinkle spray from the Dollar General when I was down to thrift at the other. Anyway, however, for the most part, I try to avoid them stores because I don't like the vibration in them fucking stores. I don't like that. But I like these stores like Burlington. I like Ollie's, that's a discount store. Ross for Less, you know what I'm saying? All of those discount joints that sell these good products. Now, if you look in there, they got a lot of good overstock that comes through that particular place. And some of these products, I ain't really heard of them, but I said, okay, well, they charging me $3 for it. Well, I just feel obligated to give it a shot, right? And so that's what I do. I gives it a shot. And sometimes, most of the time, it is a winner. But one of those things that's really going to help you along your journey is you get you a magnet. It don't got to be nothing big, and a piece of a rose quartz in it. And then you surround it, you put it, and then once you drop it in there, you put that product in your hand and you hold it and you picture light with your intent. Oh, hold up. Let me back that up. Make sure ho. When you dropping them in there, you make sure that you state in your intention. Do you want this to make your skin glow, overall wellness, feel better, vibration raise, however you finna do that, right? Then you wrap your hands around that container and you surround it with light. And then you go on about your business and take your shower and fuck what they talking. You heard? All right. That's some dope shit to do, some dope shit to get. And it ain't going to cost you a lot of money. And the hell with all these people talking about spend. Now, hold up. Let me stop that too, because I see always. The hell with these people telling you to blow your money on foolishness and fuckery, because it's not foolishness and fuckery. Some of these folks out here in these streets, they got some pristine product out there. Pristine product. So I ain't trying to throw no shade on no shit like that. But for folks like me to keep their eye on the deal, this is a move to make. It is some dope shit to get. You go down there, find you something premium down there, and protect your product with that magnet and that rose quartz. And I'm telling you, this next level shit. For real, for real. So let me see where I'm at. I'm going to run through this Venus and Virgo thing real quick because I got to go there. See, because I got a Venus and Virgo. And Venus and Virgo is a special type of placement. This is a placement right about now that's going to really help us along our journey. So in astrology, Venus, of course, it correlates to how we approach love, the shit we value that brings us joy and pleasure. This is also the planet that's associated with our receptivity and our ability to manifest and hold wealth. So when Venus enters Virgo, we experience this clear shift in the energy that's out here in these cosmic streets. Now, traditionally, Venus here is struggling in Virgo, because the opposite dreamy side of process, Pisces, they're exalted in Venus, but not so much. Not so much with Virgo. See, Virgo's energy might be just a little bit too practical for the Venusian vibration to express herself in a traditional way, you see. But this is a good thing. Because Venus in Virgo's transit, it brings gifts of opportunities for growth that are only possible when planets in transit signs that are uncomfortable for them. See, Venus in Virgo, it invites us to find the beauty in our daily lives and to value practical acts of service. How we showing up out here in these streets, devotion, shit like that. More than these grand romantic gestures, that's just a bullshitting ass representative lace game. What does that mean? When you first meet somebody, you meet their representative. They got all of the grand gestures, the romantic displays, whatever. This transit encourages us to appreciate the little stuff, the real, the practical gestures that demonstrate care and commitment, that really helps in cultivating relationships that build a foundation of reliability. We talking integrity in relationships, and Virgo energy about that integrity. You heard, huh? Yeah, I like Virgo energy though. Yeah, I know. Anyway, Venus's journey through Virgo is a time for us to do a critical assessment of ourselves, of our relationships, and our desire to focus more closely on our healing and our self-improvement journey. You know that Virgo energy, right? And you bring those together, it's a special little twist, right? Watch out for this transit though, on one hand, right? Because see, this is just a little twist. I just want to make sure we getting this, all right? See, on one hand, it's supporting our self-awareness, our self-discovery journey, right? And you feeling real good about that. We getting our routine together. We getting our exercise together and all of that shit. But then on the other hand, it makes us aware of all of the work we do. I went to the gym and I'm still in this weight class. What the fuck? I am making no progress. That's a Venus and Virgo thing. We think about all of the work we got left to do. I'm going to be at this shit until this time next year at this rate. That can be very discouraging. And we got to make sure that we kind of move away from that. Those are the type of thoughts that run through my head. I ain't talking for nobody else. But watch about falling into that trap, because that's that Virgo trap of perfection, right? Forgetting that ultimately at the end of the day, this is a trial and error process. This is what makes us human. We're going to make mistakes. We going to fall off. It's not going to work out and everything. And once we do that, we come into that space of acceptance. This is going to give us a powerful lesson on our self-worth, no doubt. Yeah, this is a good time. A good time. I'm telling you it is. Now, doing the journey through Virgo, Venus, she's going to align with Saturn and Neptune, that's in Pisces. Then Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, and then Pluto in Capricorn. So on October 10th, we just got that 10-10 energy. You know, the cosmic block was hot with that 10-10, right? The Venus-Saturn opposition that invited us to address our fears, our insecurities that may contribute to feelings of low self-worth. This is a time for us to dive deep. All of those things that's hindering our capacity to connect with others, to have authentic relationships, right? To feel confident in our shit. You know, we got an opportunity. We still do. It ain't too late to address that shit. This is a good time for us to check in and evaluate whether the relationships that's around us, they aligning with our long-term visions. This with the shit I was just talking about with this moon shit. And if they're sustainable us to continue in the long run. This Venus and Saturn opposition in Virgo and Pisces, it's going to encourage us to reflect on boundaries and look at potential incompatibility, right? This is all about making sure we see, you know, this Virgo thing, see, the devil's in the details, you see. And when we can reflect on our boundaries and potential incompatibilities, like how many times you let somebody just push you over, you know, going along to get along, that shit like that. Let's reflect on that shit. This is going to give us this opportunity to reflect. Just to be clear. It's going down October 22nd. Let me tell you. Now, see, this Venus in Virgo, this Venus, hold up, it's going to trine Jupiter in Taurus. So going down on October 22nd, Venus is going to trine Jupiter. That's in Taurus. And this aspect is going to bring us an increase in our generosity. Yeah. Oh, if you do want to donate, you can cash at me. I am $ Sister Divine. I will appreciate your generosity. Yeah, bullshit, but yeah, for real. Your optimism, your receptivity, as well as your desire to enjoy life and experience what you can offer. We shifting in higher vibes, baby. And this is a favorable time for us to focus on financial growth and invite more abundance into our lives. Expand our social networks and connect with our bodies in the physical sense so that we can enjoy in sensual pleasures. Get you some sex in your life. Get you some money for your honey. You heard what I'm talking about? And you know what I'm saying? Enjoy a beautiful meal. You know what I'm saying? Sensual pleasures, enjoy you some music, all of that shit. Money rituals optimum too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a good time with that particular energy. Let's respect that. So the Venus in Virgo is going to oppose Neptune in Pisces. Now, this is next month in November, but I want us to be aware of it so we can prepare for it. You heard? This is going to show us an increase in our tendency to idealize people and be in love with the idea of what their potential is. That's like being in love with the idea of love, right? You with some motherfucker that's totally unavailable. Now, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Delusion is my superpower. You understand? It's worked for me, and it has worked against me a time or two, just once or twice. That's it, right? So when you get into relationships that's kind of unrequited and you more in love with the idea of being in love, but you holding on to this dream with somebody that's not here for it. Yeah, that's strong Neptune energy right there. You know what I'm saying? See, and so where Venus and Virgo opposing Neptune and Pisces on November 3rd, this is going to show us that increase in that tendency to idealize people. You know what I'm saying? The idea of being in love or being in love. I holding on to friends just to say you got friends, shit like that. Holding on to this sorry ass, cheating ass, sucker ass man just to say you got yourself a man, whatever. All right, that type of shit. Holding on to this trifling hoe that's sneaky as hell just to say that you got yourself a woman, whatever. All right, yeah, I had to go there too. Coming for everybody. Fuck what you talking. All right, now during this time, we might be prone to fall for this shit. Right? We get ungrounded, we get lost in unattainable fantasy and everything in the realm of foggy possibilities. You understand? See, this is where, you know what I'm saying, potential energy Venus, Neptune energy can be productively channeled if you start doing some shit that's creative. You know what I'm saying? Doing some spiritual work, diving deep, right? Getting that shadow work in, all of that shit. These are all things that's going to really help to empower us so that we can navigate this energy successfully and get the beneficial outcomes that this energy is really here to provide for us. When Venus is in Virgo. So yeah, I just wanted to stop in because I thought, yeah, I need to speak on this because this is my Venus return. And so for those of us that got Venus in Virgo, we know, how we can be because we kind of detail oriented with folks that we love and shit like that. We don't mean no harm. I need you to be respectful of that. We don't mean no harm, but we love you and we want to see you improve because that's what Virgo energy does. They see somebody that needs some assistance, and when they fucks with you, they trying to help you. They want to see you improve. They ain't playing no game. They ain't gonna sit there, watch you sitting there butt naked and tell you that's a badass outfit you got on. The Virgo energy will tell you that the emperor has no clothes on, but this is what you need to do to get dressed. That's what Virgo energy does for you. So respect that energy where somebody is giving you that criticism because it is, well, depending on where the vibration is. Let me make sure I check in for that. Constructive criticism can help you enhance your gangster. You understand? And when you have somebody that's coming at you from a sincere place on those things that you can improve, please take heed to that. Folks that have that placement of Venus and Virgo, this is what we do when we show love. You heard? Hold up, let me give you an insight of Venus and Virgo. Venus and Virgo people are not really that flirtatious. Instead, their appeal lies in their dedication and their willingness to work on relationships and make relationships work in real terms. Unlike Venus and Leo that we just dealt with, they ain't gonna try to impress you with grand gifts and promises and shit like that. Their gifts is less showy, but perhaps far more generous. They give up gifts of devotion and attention to details about you. Venus and Virgo natives quietly and often slowly make their way into your heart. They're quite sensitive in love, even very insecure. And this is reserved. And that loner-like quality is kind of part of their appeal. They prefer to play it safe in their relationships. And they need to be confident that you deals with them like that before they make a move. Their love can be kind of kindergartenish, right? Because they can show you that they care by nagging or criticizing. I told y'all about that. But remember though, they ain't trying to hurt you when they're pointing out the flaws in your thinking, your plans, or even your character. They are truly trying to help you. Venus in Virgo is attracted to mostly nondescript people who have largely go unnoticed. Show-offs and know-it-all are a turn-off to them. Man, I'm going to tell you, when I got this assessment for my placement in Venus and Virgo, I said, woo, whoever that was is sure enough gangster in these streets. Because I'm telling you, they read my mail. I got to let you know that is exactly how that is. But see, I got a special twist on that. See, this, you know, see, because I'm a, what do they call that? The booby prize sometimes is what, you know, I'm picking booby prize energy, which is absolutely not true. But booby prize energy, because I come in with all of this flair and all of this savoir faire of Leo, right? All of the flash, all of the glitz, all of the glamour of Leo. But then I dump a cold bucket of ice on your head with that Venus in Virgo. So once you get me, I'm starting to tell you how you need to fix this, fix that, fix this, fix that, fix this, fix that. And that can be kind of a tax to some folks. However, I do need you to know that it is all in love. And so for those folks that's big enough to deal with those folks that got these Venus and Virgo placements, no, that it's all in love. And if you can't deal with it, you probably ain't part of the tribe no way. So it's whatever. But anyway, I just want you to know that. And also look at your Venus placement and see what helps you in your love journey, your self-love journey, what you need around your house in order to be comfort, the things that you value. Mine is in Virgo. I need some order in my life. I need my house to be clean, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. I mean, I'm not that neat freak person, but I need my house to be clean. I need some order within my life. This is what helps me to feel grounded and give me a sense of peace right there. You know? So look at your Venus placement in your chart, because I'm here to tell you, oh shit, okay. That's another thing. So along with this Venusian energy, yeah, but I'm here to tell you that's going to definitely be helpful. But I forgot about this, and she done came through again, because this Venusian energy on so many levels is connected to this Oshun, and I've been rocking with Oshun since Leo season. She's still coming through, in effect, really encouraging us to love on ourselves in the most accepting, and self-respecting way. We got to make sure that we are unconditional in the love for ourselves, the flaws and all. And so the goddess Oshun had been coming through, encouraging me to get me a picture of a peacock and place that. I'm gonna put it in my bathroom because this is where I got, I got the lions, I got the zebras, I got whoever I got the elephant, my bad, the elephant up in there and everything. But the peacock needs to go into the bathroom because that's where I spend the majority of my time getting dressed, getting ready, putting it all together and everything. And so the Oshun symbol, that peacock, reminds us when that peacock comes through. The peacock reminds us to go on and let it shine. To hell with the haters. The haters is go hate. That's what they came to do. I hope you know that. Please do not burn energy on a hater. Haters came here to hate. They on their job. You just make sure you on yours because they go hate. That's what they came to do. That's who they are. You can't have a story without a hater. You understand? So stop worrying about the haters. Focus on that. Get you a peacock, put it in the bathroom or wherever it is that you flex that beauty. Begin to really embrace your inner king, your inner queen, the superness in you. Yeah, do that shit. Do that shit. And strut your stuff, just like that peacock. Just like that peacock does. I hope that this was helpful for you. I can't think of nothing else offhand that I'm forgetting right about now. That's enough time anyway. But have a beautiful rest of your week. Check us out in the cipher. We gonna be doing the damn thing. Peace and light, peace and love. Hold up. I don't know what I'm doing the best I can. Whatever. All right. Peace.